Welcome to sleepless monologues, to the great, absolute darkness and freezing silence of tonight. Tonight, we are traveling to a moment where we decide to stop those mechanical clocks that never cease ticking within our minds, to silence that exhausting intellect of ours that tries to calculate everything. Stepping away from the endless chaos of the city, from the fake lights that cover everywhere, from the heavy responsibilities tomorrow will bring, from the never-ending list of problems to be solved, from the ruthless flow of time, and most of all, from the obsession with living life like a flawless equation. We leave them all outside the freezing door of the room you are currently in. Right now, here in this bed, in this protective darkness, you do not have to complete anything. You do not have to calculate anything. Breaking the codes of the world and solving the mechanics of the universe is not your duty. There is only your inner world, the immense peace brought by inertia, and our heavy story. Now calmly, without any rush, allow your eyes to close very slowly. Feel that your bed is an impenetrable fortress for you, and that right now you are in absolute safety. Stop resisting the infinite, compassionate, and calming effect of gravity. Completely, without any doubt, release your shoulders, that stiff tension in your neck, and your mind that has worked tirelessly all day. Prepare your body for tonight's dark journey through time. Allow it to grow heavier into the soft darkness, to sink slowly and completely into the bed. Take a deep, very calm breath through your nose. Feel the coolness of the room in your lungs, and release that breath slowly through your lips. With every exhale, feel those thin, tense knots in your mind snapping and unraveling one by one, all unfinished thoughts fading away, and your muscles melting down into the bed. As you allow it, that immense weight will make you feel an even deeper sense of safety. In a moment, I will count backwards from 5. With each number I say, the walls of the room will slowly lift, and you will find yourself at the gates of a freezing world you have never known. 5. You are completely stripped of the meaningless sounds, expectations, and unfinished calculations of the outside world. 4. Your breath is very slow and steady. You are in the merciful arms of gravity. 3. The exhaustion of the outside world and the ambition to understand everything no longer belong to you. 2. You are preparing to surrender to a freezing winter night and absolute inertia. 1. You are completely relaxed. You are ready now. Welcome to the merciless, freezing winter of 1693, to the high-ceilinged, ice-cold stone room of Trinity College, Cambridge, to the dark sanctuary of history's greatest mind, Sir Isaac Newton. This is an irreversible, silent journey to relinquishing the arrogance of calculating everything, surrendering to the freezing, indisputable weight of the universe, and to absolute inertia.
Right now, on this merciless, freezing winter night of 1693 that chills to the bone and seems endless, beneath the heavy, wet, and dark blanket of Cambridge, I am sitting all alone in this high-ceilinged, ice-cold stone-walled room of Trinity College. Outside, there is the damp, heavy winter wind of England that seeps into the bones. The wind batters the old, leaded windows of my room with a relentless, monotonous, and sleep-inducing rhythm. The low and long moan of the wind seeping through tall wooden frames sounds like a very ancient, freezing lullaby that this old building, this venerable university, mutters to itself. That massive storm outside echoes like the silent cry of the sky's slow, unstoppable collapse toward the earth. But inside, between these thick, cold stone walls, there is only a massive inertia that crushes, swallows, and slows everything down. I, as an aged and exhausted body left upon this high-backed, rough wooden chair, sink a millimeter deeper into this dark and heavy woolen cloak on my shoulders with every passing second, every breath. My body is slowly, helplessly, and without any resistance drawn toward the absolute and indisputable inertia of this freezing room. This cold, slowly taking over my entire body, begins first at the tips of my toes and takes me under its control, and I no longer have the strength to resist this cold that integrates with me. On the contrary, I allow this cold, now one with me, to seep through my skin, reach my endlessly excited essence, and turn me lifeless and ice-cold, just like this room. Yet, I am aware this feeling is no longer just being cold. This is finally facing, in my most vulnerable moment, within my own body, the most fundamental, the most ruthless law of the universe that I have tried to explain with formulas and equations on paper for years. Gravity, that massive, absolute, invisible hand that keeps planets in their orbits, binds those giant stars together, plucks the apple from its branch, and pulls it to the earth. Now, in the middle of this ice-cold room, this universal law I discovered, with own mind collapses right onto my shoulders like a massive lead plate, like a marble block. My arms, hanging down from the table like two lifeless pieces beneath my garments, obligated to follow my commands, trying to convince them to lift up, to move my fingers a millimeter, to send an order from my mind to these limbs, is now an action as impossible for me as touching the stars. The law of gravity I discovered through my own efforts seems to mercilessly, yet compassionately nail this exhausted, depleted body of mine to the chair I sit on. That stiffness in my neck brought on by the years, along with the weight of being a genius, finally surrenders to this immense exhaustion. My head now bows to the mute and irresistible power of gravity without any resistance, rejecting all commands from my mind. As my body is slowly pulled downward, my body accepts all the beautiful aspects of exhaustion, and gravity wins, and I become one with the night. While my body has grown stiff in this rough wooden chair, and my right arm and shoulders have surrendered to the absolute, massive victory of gravity, my mind momentarily refuses to be trapped between these stone walls, to accept this inertia and stillness. When I succumb to that lead-like pressure on my eyelids, to that freezing gravity, and slowly close my eyes, the darkness of this ice-cold English night momentarily tears apart and dissipates within my mind. That exhausting, mechanical machine of my mind that never stops, constantly calculates, and tries to fit everything into a formula, strips away from this freezing inertia and slides rapidly far back to that sleepless, dark, breathtaking, and deafening tempo. Principia, those endlessly sleepless years, I worked madly to write the mathematical principles of the universe, where nights blurred into days, where even eating was forgotten. Behind my eyelids, the feeble candlelight illuminating the room is replaced by the flawless and ruthless mathematics, numbers, and equations of my mind. The orbits of the planets around the sun, ellipses, gravitational calculations, the flawless refraction of light in space. Those months, those dark years, I sacrificed my youth, my sleep, the most natural piece of my mind to catch up with the speed of nature, to stop time, to decode the cold and flawless clockwork of the universe. I had to trap every secret of the universe, every movement of the celestial bodies, onto a piece of paper. What an energetic, arrogant, terrifying, and exhausting mind it was, consuming a person from the inside out. I thought I could control the movements of those massive masses in the sky on paper, that if I broke nature's grand, hidden code, I could defy time and that immense inertia. But now, in the heavy, crushing darkness of this freezing room, there is only one sound crashing into this noisy and arrogant past of my mind, shattering and silencing it. The sound of the massive grandfather clock, standing in its long, rough wooden case in the dark corner of the room, tick, tock, tick, tock. Every single second echoes, crashing against the stone walls, in the bottomless silence of the room. This sound is the very mechanical, heartless, flawless universe I built with my own mind. Tick, tock, tock, a ruthless, monotonous, relentless rhythm that shows no mercy to any living being, to any exhaustion. That invisible, cruel master that tirelessly whipped my mind for years, constantly telling me, calculate more, work harder. Time is slipping away. Tick, tock. That heavy brass pendulum, with each swing back and forth, wears down and crushes those exhausting, rusting cogs inside my brain a little more. I thought I had solved the mechanics of the universe, mastered time, but that mechanical universe, the merciless ticking of that clock, now mercilessly beats my tired mind with a freezing slowness. Those complex calculations, those orbits I drew, those sleepless and exhausted nights, all of them, in the face of this clock's rhythm, turn into an unbearable, breathtaking, and deafening burden within this petrified body crushed under gravity. My eyes, burdened by the exhaustion of centuries, desperately trying to escape the merciless, mechanical rhythm of the grandfather clock, and struggling greatly to focus, slowly drift beyond the table towards the deepest, pitch-black midnight blue shadows of the room. There, in the very heart of the darkness, I look at the alchemy furnace that boiled and burned day and night for months, but now slowly, silently accepts its own end. The last red embers struggling to survive inside that massive brick-built furnace, already buried in grey, lifeless, smooth ashes. Just like me, they too have long grown tired of resisting this ice-cold room, this endless winter storm, the massive darkness surrounding it. My ambition to transmute matter, to turn lead into gold, to single-handedly solve nature's most hidden, most secret mystery, was once like the flames inside that furnace, a burning, consuming, massive desire that wanted to swallow and control everything. That heavy smell of sulfur and coal filling the room was my rush, to hold the world in the palms of my hands. But now, as I look at those weak, dying red embers, I feel the arrogance of being the master of the universe. That curse of understanding everything I carried on my shoulders for years, which left me breathless, slowly shattering, silently cooling and vanishing into the air, along with the ashes of the furnace. The fire in that furnace was my desire to dominate nature, and now it is fading. It is accepting. It is peacefully accepting to fade, to be depleted, to become a part of that massive and silent darkness. And I too, as I look at those grey ashes, feel that very last crumb of resistance on my shoulders, that final desire to fight, melting away. I am not the master of the universe. That massive mind that poured the mathematics of the universe onto paper finally understands tonight that it is merely a mortal, helpless, and exhausted heap of flesh and bone subject only to gravity. This absolute acceptance, this state of being crushed under this massive truth, tears away that stiff tension, that century-old burden spreading from the back of my neck to my entire back. The freezing cold seeping through the ancient stone walls of the castle, of this old Trinity College room, gently enters my skin and mixes with my slowing blood in my veins. My body, like those cooling ashes in the furnace, goes numb, drawn into a century-old, dreamless inertia. My rush to command matter gives way to the compassionate, indisputable inertia of this ice-cold night. I no longer have to stoke any furnace. I no longer have to transmute any element, solve any formula. My arms, my legs, my rib cage, all are in absolute submission to the endless mercy of gravity. I just want to stay here as a breathing old man thirsty for inertia and rest in the arms of gravity. The furnace extinguishes completely. The darkness of the room covers me, and I accept my own physical bankruptcy, the complete heaviness of my body, and becoming one with the inertia of this freezing room with a great, wordless peace. My body, stiffened in this rough wooden chair, under the massive gravity bearing down on my shoulders, as if turning into a century-old and numb part of this stone room. My mind, that exhausting, noisy machine that does not know how to stop, how to give up, still flutters. My eyes, since I cannot move my neck, are fixed solely on the massive wreckage upon the table in front of me, barely illuminated by the feeble and tired light of that candle. The table is covered with the evidence of that heavy, claustrophobic mental prison I created with my own hands over months, years, even an entire lifetime. Thousands of pages piled up, edges curled, darkened with ink stains, thousands of pages of calculations, formulas, parchments where I tried to solve the cold and flawless mathematics of the universe. Planetary orbits, gravitational equations, the refraction angles of light, each one torn from my mind and spilled onto that table. Now arrogant pieces of paper staring back at me like enemies, like shackles. Right next to my papers, which are beginning to yellow after years of work upon them, lie my compasses, now turned into mere objects. I realize they are rusted now. I had imagined I could draw the boundaries of the sky with them, that I could compress every movement of those terrifyingly massive stars, the dark universe, onto a single piece of paper. Now, my mind brings forth the inkwells whose ink has long dried, and the feather pens whose tips have long dulled. They were my weapons against this life. They were the parts of me I believed could conquer ignorance, the unknown, and be the master against that darkness. Spending hours with them through the nights, these tools accompanied me until my eyes turned bloodshot, until my fingers cramped. I wanted to know everything left in the dark, to see the colorfulness God offered the universe, and to know how the cycle was maintained. But I never thought these things could overwhelm me. And now, at this moment, when I have solved the flawless mechanics of the universe, put the cold dance of celestial bodies into a formula, the only thing I feel in this ice-cold, high-ceilinged Cambridge room is neither a victory nor peace. The only thing I feel is a massive, crushing loneliness that penetrates to my bones. Struggling to know everything was like staring into an endless abyss, as much as it was an enlightenment. The calculations I made on those papers, those flawless lines, did not feed my soul. This loneliness with myself also diminished my connection to others. When I went near people and interacted with them, I only saw their personal quarrels, conflicts of interest, and the nonsense they dealt with all day. And to avoid dealing with them, I retreated to my own world, and this trapped me in my own darkness. As I look at those formulas on the desk, I watch how my arrogance, that great Newton myth, slowly and silently shatters to pieces. I understood the universe, yes, but the universe did not understand me. Those cold planets, those equations I wrote never showed me any compassion. They only stole my youth, my sleep, the natural tranquility of my mind. Those thousands of pages of calculations are now nothing but pieces of paper trash looking back at me and mocking me in the freezing darkness of this room. The curse of knowing everything turned into a thick ice wall built around my mind, making it hard to even breathe. And I, within that wall, under the wreckage of my own arrogance, am being crushed helplessly, exhaustedly, having given up on everything, while my body is locked under this heavy gravity amidst the ceaselessly turning, relentlessly spinning cogs of my mind. Echoes the most fundamental, the most absolute and unshakable rule of the universe that I put on paper with my own hands years ago. The first law of motion I wrote on the cold pages of the Principia, Lex Prima. A body remains at rest, or in motion at a constant speed in a straight line, unless acted upon by a force, inertia, the state of rest. For years I viewed this law merely as a property of planets, stones, inanimate objects. I thought it was just a mathematical truth, a cold rule of physics. But now, in the bottomless, heavy silence of this ice-cold night, I feel in every cell of my body that the word, inertia, is actually the greatest mercy the highest compassion the universe offers me, the only sanctuary that will save my exhausted soul. My mind, my cursed, exhausting mind, moved constantly, restlessly for years, pushed by the endless forces, ambitions, the desire to know, and the arrogant expectations coming from the outside. It became an object moving at a terrifying speed in a frictionless void, consuming itself, producing formulas, making calculations, constantly multiplying and dividing, to move, to constantly be dragged into a new thought, a new calculation, a new battle. This was such a tiring, breathtaking speed that I had completely forgotten what it felt like to stop, to just stand still. The never-ending debates of the Royal Society, Halley's expectations, those meaningless, arrogant battles I entered with Leibniz, they were all ruthless external forces, constantly pushing my mind, forcing me to remain at that terrifying speed. But now, the door of this room is closed. All the forces of the outside world, all those exhausting pushes, are left outside these thick stone walls. Now, in the very center of this absolute loneliness, this freezing darkness, at this point where those external forces are completely zeroed out, I realize my mind must finally obey its own first law, its own nature, transitioning to a state of rest, embracing inertia, allowing those noisy cogs spinning at terrible speed inside my mind, grinding against each other, throwing sparks, to slow down, to rust, to stop. Even this thought lifts such a massive leaden weight from my shoulders that the freezing compassion brought by that numbness, that state of rest, numbs my entire being like a flawless anesthetic entering my blood. The object stops. The mind stops. I will no longer let any external force move me, push me into a new thought, inertia. What a beautiful, what a flawless word. The freedom of not moving, the freedom of not reacting to anything, not solving any equation, not seeking answers to any questions. I surrender myself to the compassionate, endless, dark embrace of this inertia, this state of rest. My soul breaks free from that ruthless acceleration, that exhausting speed it was subjected to for years. Now my thoughts, like lifeless stones floating in that weightless void, without hitting anything, without objecting, slow down, and are drawn softly, with great surrender, toward that absolute point of rest, that 0 point. I am now nothing but an exhausted, numb matter, merely standing still, having absolutely submitted to gravity and inertia. And this is the greatest peace in the universe. As my eyes grow heavier with the freezing peace of inertia, they slowly drift past those massive piles of parchment on the desk, toward the farthest corner where the darkness intensifies. There, at the very boundary that the pale and dying candlelight struggles to reach, left on the wood, sitting there for days, perhaps weeks, wrinkled, beginning to rot, and completely forgotten, is an apple. The source of inspiration for those massive theories I wrote on gravity, those grand universal laws, that famous object, now just a pitiful organic mass covered in brown spots, shriveled, having yielded to nature's silent and slow law of decay. I look at that apple, and I see with great clarity, with that freezing lucidity, how the massive, arrogant mathematical castle I built in my mind over the years has turned into a meaningless, ridiculous effort in the face of a rotting fruit. That day the apple fell, and I noticed it. I worked madly for years, trying to prove and decode the causes of that fall, an invisible force, and to uncover another secret of the universe. But nature never needs my calculations. Or that apple cares not at all whether I know why it falls or not. My grand principia, my years of sleepless nights, my efforts to calculate the mass of the stars, none of it can stop the rotting of that apple. None of it can prevent this darkness from expanding the void inside me. The effort to understand the universe, my attempt to separate time and space with numbers, all of it in the face of this rotting apple, in the face of the fading light of this feeble candle, turns out to be nothing but a massive, meaningless noise melting away into nothingness. The second I accept this absolute meaninglessness with all its weight, those thick, rusty chains of my mind snap completely, forever. Such a massive mountain, such a leaden weight is lifted from my chest, from my shoulders, that this freezing sense of relief crushes me, as if pulling me into a cottony void down into my chair. I no longer have to solve any equation. I no longer have to multiply any number, calculate the orbit of any planet, know the distance of any star. There is no mathematics. There are no planets. There are no gravitational forces. There is only and solely the darkness of this room, the rough wooden surface of this chair embracing me, and the feeble trembling of that dying candle. I leave understanding, knowing, and solving right next to that rotting apple, in that dark corner. The feeble candle flame on the desk, as if representing the very last resistance, the last crumb of light inside my mind, suddenly and silently flickers with an invisible breath of the wind and extinguishes completely. The room is engulfed in that bottomless, absolute midnight blue darkness. The world behind my eyelids and the darkness of the room are now exactly the same. Those noisy cogs inside my mind that rubbed against each other, worked constantly, made noise, rust, and lock up within this darkness, and that compassionate inertia, it stops. Everything reaches that universal point of rest, that massive inertia, and that wordless stillness. Thoughts stop. Mathematics stops. My being, melting at the borders of this cold stone room toward the endless, compassionate weight of gravity, without any objection, completely, softly, and numbly, just stops. My body is no longer mine. This aged heap of flesh standing on this rough wooden chair has surrendered completely, without showing any resistance to the massive, merciful power of gravity. That freezing, compassionate numbness, gently climbing from my ankles to my thighs, and from there to my rib cage, slowly made me an inseparable, numb part of this dark, stone-walled Cambridge room. I no longer try to stop, to fight that lead-like pressure on my eyelids, that immense gravitational pull. My breathing is so sparse, so deep that I can feel with all its weight every single particle of the ice-cold air filling my lungs, that deep, absolute silence radiating from the ancient stones of this university. My mind, that exhausting, noisy machine that searched for a way out for years, repeatedly reducing the orbit of every star, the fall of every apple, every refraction of light into formulas within itself, has finally come to a halt, to constantly seek an equation, a solution, a universal secret. What a massive delusion it was, wandering the borders of arrogance, consuming a person from the inside out. To think I could bend all the physical laws of the world within my own mind, to wear that fake cape of genius and believe I could solve the mysteries of the universe with a quill. As people looked at me, they thought I could truly command nature, control the cold clockwork mechanism of the universe on paper. And I believed in that massive, shoulder-crushing fake role too. Yet now, in the midst of this pitch-black, midnight blue darkness, at the base of an extinguished candle, an alchemy furnace turned to ice, I watch with a wordless peace how that meaningless quest collapses in on itself, how it is crushed to dust. Those parchments resting on my desk, those pieces of paper upon which my sleepless hours, my heavy shadow fell, they mean nothing anymore. All those planetary orbits, mathematical proofs, laws of gravity, melted away in the immense darkness of this night, lost their meaning and vanished. I no longer need to connect any number, solve any equation, because ultimately, while a human cannot even manage that small, dark, inert room within himself, the effort to understand the universe is merely a massive noise. The moment I understand this truth, this absolute inertia, the burden of that massive universe on my shoulders, that last crumb of resistance melts and dissipates into the air. That century-old effort I spent to hold my neck upright, to play that role of a genius, gives way to a flawless surrender. That desire to explore within me, that rush to put the world into mathematics, gives way to the compassion of this immense darkness, to the freezing and healing blanket of absolute inertia. I no longer need to solve any problem. I have reached the most peaceful horizon attainable, that dark 0 point. This stone-walled room, this extinguished fire, this perfect, bottomless solitude. The ticking of that massive grandfather clock in my room. Tick, tock. They are no longer the sound of passing time. They are now the metronome of inertia itself, striking the heavy, dreamless, wordless rhythm of sleep. It slowly crushes, erases, shatters all the formulas inside my mind, all the miracles people expect from me, all those heavy books in the dark. Even the sharp ache caused by unfinished calculations numbs within this inertia, freezes and wraps itself in a merciful tranquility. That great man who once carried the burden of the universe on his shoulders is now slowly, softly shutting down to the monotonous lullaby of the wind. the muscles in my neck completely relax. My head drops toward my chest with an indescribable lightness, without any objection. My eyelids, that thick, dark, and protective curtain, softly closes, my final connection to the outside world. The numbness in my fingertips travels up my arms and reaches the slowing rhythm of my heart. Everything fades. The meaning I searched for, that absolute secret I chased for all those years, was actually this very inertia itself. I release myself slowly into that bottomless, compassionate void without feeling any weight. All calculations are done. The borders of my room merge with the borders of the universe. There is only that dreamless, absolute sleep. I am in the arms of gravity. I am falling toward the very heart of darkness, slowly, calmly, and completely.
That ice-cold, stone-walled Cambridge room in England is now completely dark. That massive mind, which swore to solve all the secrets of the universe, tried to fit everything into a formula to calculate everything, has surrendered indisputably to gravity and the absolute inertia of the night. His exhausting search is over. The alchemy furnace extinguished. Those massive thoughts stopped. That deafening mental storm has ended, and now, it is entirely your turn. You allow it too. Softly allow your body and your thoughts to become one with that massive, protective darkness of this night. Your day is done. You have done everything you needed to do today. Just like that tired genius, you too have been running non-stop through the crowded, noisy rooms of your own mind all day. You tried to solve things, to do everything flawlessly, to calculate tomorrow's problems today, to complete those never-ending tasks. But the things you couldn't achieve, the things left half done, those meaningless, heavy, and exhausting expectations resting on your shoulders, they are no longer the problem of this freezing night. All of them, just like those complex equations, those yellowed papers left on Newton's desk, have remained outside the door of the room you are sleeping in right now, in that inert and distant void. Right now, in this bed, in this protective darkness, you do not have to fix anything. You do not have to plan anything. Cracking the codes of the world, shouldering other people's troubles, making flawless mathematical plans for tomorrow is not your duty. Your only duty right now is to simply stop, to embrace the endless compassion, that freezing comfort of inertia. It is time to pull the plug on that exhausting, mechanical machine in your mind that talks constantly, constantly plans for tomorrow, judges the mistakes of the past. Softly release those invisible, lead weights on your shoulders, that stiff tension in your neck into the bed. Completely stop resisting the compassionate, indisputable, and merciful power of gravity. Allow your body to surrender to gravity without objection, just like that heavy wooden chair in that room, and let it bury itself fully into the soft texture of the bed. As you allow gravity, that immense weight will make you feel even safer. Sleep is your most natural, most untouchable, most ancient sanctuary. Give yourself permission to get lost and rest in this silent darkness. We are now completely silencing all the guilt of today, that cruel inner voice saying, I should have done that too. I should have closed that account, right here in this inert second. Let everything go. Letting go of thoughts is the noblest, most silent answer given to the noise of this exhausting world. Let time flow entirely independent of you, outside of you. The ticking of the clock no longer binds you. You don't need to hold on to anything. Your eyelids have grown too heavy to ever open again. Your eyelashes are sealed together. Your body has become an inseparable part of the bed, an unfeeling stone. Your mind is gliding softly and safely toward the very bottom of that bottomless, silent, compassionate ocean. Everything is fine. Everything is exactly as it should be in a flawless inertia. The darkness covers you. Now sleep, just sleep. Surrender to a deep, dark, and wordless sleep.